think here's for you. Is that
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to a very exquisite, wonderful concert. We are so blessed to have such amazing people in our community. People who can sing, people who can speak, all kinds of wonderful people who can do so many things. I have already seen this concert. They did it on Sunday, and it was really very beautiful. You guys are going to really enjoy it. And I want to say a few things. First of all, the mind of man and woman is as even as the breadth and harmony of music. I invite you to open your hearts and find a place of rest as you listen to Jane and Carolyn, and let the soft animal in your body love what it loves. Let's drink from a deeper well, a place of deeper rest, and drive from their generosity and be blessed. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Jane Carter and Carolyn Leon as they perform for us and take us on a magical journey. Thank you.
Thank you, Owilda, for your very lovely, generous introduction. And thank you to all of you for coming today. Jane and I really appreciate it and know that you're an appreciative, supportive audience. Thank you very much. We've chosen a variety of composers. Some of them may not be known to you, and most of the music may be new to your ears, but we hope it will lift your spirits and bring you joy. Our first composer, of course, you do know, Mozart. And he was only 16 years old when he wrote this sonata in D major. He composed it in Salzburg, Austria, his hometown, and he performed it with his older sister, Nannerl. You know, Mozart died at the age of 35. So when you think about it, at 16, he was almost halfway through his life already. And to think that he wrote over 600 pieces during his short lifetime. So this sonata is lively, energetic, youthful, and he wrote it for duet, for 4 hands on 1 piano. The primo part and the secondo part are really quite equal. Both parts have the melody at times. And we appreciate that most of the time we are able to stay out of each other's way, which isn't always the case in duet playing. Please hold your applause till the end of each section. And I think you notice on your program at the bottom that Jane and I would like to dedicate this program to Barbara Lundquist, who over the years that we've been here was a very good critic and a great encourager to us, and we do miss her.
Our next group of pieces are Spanish dances by,
Wait, microphone.
our next group of pieces is by the Spanish composer Enrique Granados. And he wrote music in the Romantic Spanish style. And he had significant influence over other famous Spanish musicians like Manuel de Falla and Pablo Casals. We will play 2 of the 12 Spanish dances that were composed in 1890. Each dance shows a special cultural influence that comes from the Spanish music. The Oriental you'd think it might be from the Far East, Japanese or something like that, but it's actually from Morocco, because the Moors lived in Spain for over 700 years, and their culture became part of Spanish culture on the Iberian Peninsula. This song has a lot of the style and color of that part of the world, and especially the soprano part, the primo part, reminds me of the Muslim chants and the call to prayer. Then the Andalusa is from the area of Andalusia, the very southern part of Spain, where flamenco music was developed and flourished. In this piece, you can hear the flamenco rhythms and harmonies and style. This piece was also transcribed for classical guitar and is very beautiful on that instrument. Granados died in 1916 at the age of 49 while crossing the English Channel during World War I. His ship was attacked by a U-boat. He survived the attack, but his wife was flailing in the water, and he jumped in to save her, and they both drowned. That's sort of the end of a very tragic opera, isn't it?
Alberto Ginastera was an Argentinian composer. He evidently was a robust, big man, about 6'2". He died of cancer at age 67, which makes him the longest living composer on today's program. He was a very serious intellectual, but his music is filled with excitement and power. And as you will notice from his dates, he lived in the 20th century, and by then, composers were experimenting with different forms, with different sounds, with more dissonance, just trying all kinds of things. So in this dance of the beautiful woman, it's a lovely romantic dance, but it's couched with little dissonance throughout that I think he's just having a lot of fun with. So I hope you enjoy the romance and the little twitching of our ears in an unusual way. It was written for solo piano, and Jane and I have adapted it for our purposes as a duet.
last group of pieces on our program were written by Georges Bizet, French composer. And you probably all know that his most famous work, as far as I'm concerned, is the opera Carmen. I didn't know he wrote anything else, but he did. These children's games is a suite for piano duet. There are 12 short pieces, and we will play 4 of them. The first is The Doll, and it is a lullaby, very sweet, melodic piece. And then we have The Merry-Go-Round, and it's a rollicking piece in 6/8 meter. And you can imagine being on the horses and going up and down, and so on. Then we have Blind Man's Bluff. And how many of you, as children, played Blind Man's Bluff? Quite a few. And so someone is it, and they get blindfolded and get turned around, and the other children try to tease that person to find them. And one part of the piano is the teasing child, and the other one is the one that's trying to find. And of course, if you touch another child, then that person is it, and they start over again. The last piece is The Ball, and it is a fast, bouncy piece, and you can imagine either a game of soccer or basketball, very bouncy, and the ball gets passed from one player to another, and then the melody changes keys. So listen for the change when that ball gets passed over there, and then it's in a different key, and you'll hear the same melody going on. It ends with a lot of energy and excitement. Bizet also died young at age 36. He had had a heart condition for most of his life, and he died of a heart attack. He'd only been married for 6 years, and he had a small child, so it was kind of tragic. His career was just getting going, and it's kind of, you could only wonder what he would have written if he'd been able to live longer. So, children's games.
Hand me my water bottle. It's over there.
Fueled up here.
You turned the mic off, did you?
Yes.
So easy to remember, not to remember that. So it's 1, 2.